are listening to On the Fly.
What's up, guys? It is Friday morning, and it's the Friday morning drive, and a little different today. I'm off today. Uh, got something going on today. This is a special day in my family. As my daughter. My daughter gets her 2 year degree today, so we're all getting ready for that. So I'm taking the weekend off, and yeah, I've been planning this for a while. So anyway, hope everybody's doing good. It is a pretty morning out there. I just took my dogs out. Who let the dogs out, right? 63 degrees in the big metropolis of Alaska, North Carolina. Um, yeah, we're doing. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to do it. Maybe every day we'll be able to do it. I know you guys won't be going to work. Well, some of you won't be going to work on the weekend, but for the ones that are, you can tune in 7 o'clock, and then it's time. Let's get right into it. Okay, so if you missed it Wednesday night, I did an interview on the fly with country music artist Miss Annie Vander, talking about her new single, which is already out. It came out at 12 o'clock. Well, 12:01 this morning, Rocking My Shoe. If you guys have not checked it out, please do. And I will see if I can hold on a second. Bear with me. Let me see if I can put a link in the comments so you guys can check her out. And if I freeze up, I'm sorry. Let's see. But yeah, we had a really, really good interview with Annie. Annie is a really, really sweet lady. And her husband, Brian, is also getting ready to release a new single in the next coming weeks. Let's see here. Let's see if it's up here yet on Spotify. Yep. And let me see if I can share it. All right, hold on, guys. So you guys get ready. If you want to check it out, I'm gonna put it in the comments right here. Let's see. Yep. You can check it out. The link is right there if you want to on Spotify. I don't know if you guys got Spotify or not, but anywhere you see you stream your music, check her out. It is a good song. It's definitely a big change from what Annie usually does. This is more of a venture into country rock, and that episode will be coming this weekend. We'll have that up maybe today. It just depends on. I know it's going to be a busy day, so we're going to see how I can do if I can do it today. So a little bit of sports news here. You guys, I don't know if you follow sports too much. Boxing, we usually don't talk about boxing too much, but Mike Tyson, he's getting ready to fight YouTuber Jake Paul, who is a YouTube star turned prize fighter. Logan Paul was his brother, the one that's competing in the WWE right now. So July 20th, Jake Paul takes on Mike Tyson. Yes, Mike Tyson, the boxing legend, who is 58, turns 58 in June. This is going to happen July the 20th at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. And Tyson has opened as an underdog. And look, I don't understand the bet. I don't do a lot. I don't do any bet. My luck, even if it's a sure thing, it's not going to be a sure thing if I bet on it. So I just don't do it. So if I sound like I don't know what I'm talking about with these odds, you're probably right. Paul, the YouTube star turned prize fighter, was listed as a minus 195 betting favorite, and Tyson, a former heavyweight champion, was a plus 150 underdog on the score bet as of Thursday afternoon. That's crazy, dude, because this is Mike Tyson, and I don't know if you guys have watched any of his training videos, but I don't think he's lost much. I mean, he's not Mike Tyson in his prime when he was in his early 20s or anything like that. But He's still very dangerous. And I heard, and I don't know if this is the case, but I heard he was. I heard Paul was going to be able to wear a one of those some headgear, and I'm like, if he is, how can you do that and put him as a favorite to win? I mean, if they agreed to that crap, he shouldn't even be fight. I mean, come on. Uh, let's see. Paul is 27 years old. It was This match was sanctioned as a professional boxing match Monday by the Texas Department of License and Regulation, which oversees combat sports in the state. This is Tyson's first pro fight since a 2005 loss to Kevin McBride. He faced fellow boxing icon Roy Jones Jr. in an exhibition about 2020, which that was, Tyson won that. Tyson got some good shots in, but I did watch that. Paul is 9-1 as a pro boxer, coming off back-to-back knockout wins over journeyman Ryan Borland and Andre August. He's beaten several UFC stars such as Nate Diaz, Anderson Silva, Tyron Woodley. His lone loss came against Tommy Fury in February 2023. So, I still think Tyson wins this. I'm sorry. I don't think it's going to be anything like what this guy's. No. Let's see. Going to football news. My Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers, declined the fifth-year option of Najee Harris. And there's a lot of back and forth about this decision. Do I think it's a mistake? Probably so. The reasoning being the Steelers are given, they're taking a wait-and-see approach ahead of his first year under the new offensive coordinator, Arthur Smith, before they commit to him. But this guy, I was having a conversation yesterday with another Steelers fan about this, whether he thought they would pick up the fifth-year option, and he was like, I don't know. It may be – I like Warren better, but I like these two together. I like Najee and Jaylen Warren together. They make a good 1-2 punch. Najee has managed with a with a not so good line to get 1,000 yards every year, and he does. He gets a lot of catches out of the backfield, and both of these guys, he's the only halfback in Steelers history to run for 1,000 yards his first 3 seasons. Both of these guys have their strengths and have their weaknesses. Najee is one of those guys. He's a change of pace guy. He doesn't hit the hole hard like Warren does. Yeah. Okay. Warren, when he sees the hole, he goes through it. He's hitting that hole, and he does some spin moves and stuff like that. Najee is one of those guys that likes to see things develop, and I think it's. I think if you keep these two together, if you can keep these two together, it'll be a good 1-2 punch, and maybe this will lead to a better deal for Najee down the road if he has a good year with the Steelers this year under the new offensive coordinator. So, moving on from that, we'll talk, NBA playoffs, some teams getting eliminated. So the 76ers, I know there was a lot of Knicks fans like that were thinking after the other night that, oh, God, we're going to blow this series, and with good reason. But the Knicks end up putting them away, putting the 76ers away last night. 118-115 win. Also, the Pacers put away the Bucks. What is up with the Bucks? I mean, I know they had some injuries, and two of your biggest weapons were injured. But they just seemed like they underachieved all year. I mean, you had the firing of the coach. You bring in Doc Rivers, and it just seems like they underachieved all year. They weren't that, ever since they won that championship, the Bucks have been kind of complacent from what the little I've seen of it. It looks like, when a team wins a championship, they go on a dominant streak, and their confidence is sky high. They can't be beat. And sometimes, like with Milwaukee, it goes the other way where, because when you win that championship, you become the hunted. You're not the hunter anymore. You become the hunted. And some teams can't handle being the hunted. And I think that's the case with Milwaukee. Yeah, it hasn't been good for Milwaukee since the championship. I mean, they get to the playoffs. Don't get me wrong. They get to the playoffs, but they don't do much in the playoffs. I mean, you're looking at them as a contender, but they don't do much. So they're out. Now you're looking at who you got left. Hold on up here. I know the Lakers are out. What about that, guys? How you think? What you guys think about that? LeBron has gone home, so now he's gonna sit back and think what he's gonna do. I mean, I know he was asked about. He was asked about whether he was going to be back as a Laker again next year, and all he would say was, "I'm not going to talk about that." And it is what it is with him. You all know how I feel about that. Let's see. Let me pull up the bracket here and see what we're dealing with. All right, so here's where we're standing. Second round is set for some of the games are set already. Pacers and the Knicks will play the game one Monday night at 7:30. The Timberwolves and Nuggets will play Saturday at 7. And then let's see, the rest of them we're waiting on that, because you got tonight could possibly end tonight for both of these series that are ongoing. Cavaliers and the Magic, they play tonight at 7. Cleveland leads the series 3-2. And then the Clippers and the Mavericks, Dallas leads that series 3-2. And that's tonight at 7:30. Runner the Clippers Mavericks will take on the Oklahoma City Thunder, the number 1 seed. And the winner of the Cavaliers Magic will take on the number 1 seed in the East, the Celtics. So playoffs are starting to get fired up. It's getting pretty cool here. I mean, and I don't watch the NBA. You guys heard me say that. I don't watch the NBA much, but I do try to pay attention to the playoffs, what's going on. What about the Phoenix Suns? I mean, this was supposed to be the next super team, and they laid an egg. I mean, they really did. Get swept in the first round. Kevin Durant, Devin Booker. Who was the other guy that was on that team? Anyway, it was supposed to be a super team. So didn't quite work out that way. Now it seems like Durant will be gone this year. He's not going to be back with Phoenix Suns. It doesn't look like. I heard a wild rumor. Somebody was talking on one of the sports shows the other day, talking about LeBron, and they were talking about the most sensible move for him if he goes to another team would to be go to Golden State and team up with Draymond Green and Seth Curry. I do not dislike the Golden State Warriors. I like Seth Curry. Not the biggest Draymond Green fan, just because I think he carries stuff. I like his intensity when he's on the court, but I think he carries it a little too far when he does some of the things he does. So yeah. Can you imagine though what that would be like in Golden State? I mean, in my opinion, you got 3 guys that are past their prime, and I just don't know if that would be another Phoenix Suns. I think it would be super team like people think it would be. I think it would be more of a, well, we're getting ready to lay an egg. And yeah, that's just my opinion. All right, NHL playoffs. We'll talk a little bit about this. Carolina Hurricanes move on to the second round, and they're going to face a big opponent in the New York New York Rangers, and that will be, let's see, when is that? May the 5th. That'll be Sunday at 1:00 from Madison Square Garden. So, not let me see these brackets here. The NHL. I would love to see the Hurricanes win it again, and if I'm not mistaken, last year they ran into the Rangers as well, and I think the Rangers eliminated. So looking at the brackets, and let you guys, I will tell you, I do not watch much hockey. I keep up with the Hurricanes. Um, Dallas and the Vegas Knights. Dallas is up 3-2 on them. Colorado moves on over Winnipeg 4-1. So they're moving on to the second round. Vancouver over, it leaves Nashville 3-2. Edmonton beats the LA Kings 4-1. Carolina, of course, 4-1 over the Islanders. Rangers swept Washington. Boston and Toronto are locked up 3 games apiece, and Florida beats the Lightning 4-1. So we'll see what the Hurricanes do. You guys make sure to tune in and cheer the Hurricanes on Sunday at 1:00, as this is going to be, what seed is the Rangers? They were the 1 seed in that division, and the Hurricanes were 2nd seed. So, of course, we'll see. Hopefully the Hurricanes can pull it out. All right. Let's get into some movies, music, entertainment, and stuff. Cobra Kai. I know, going back to today, Karate Kid. Went to see the original Karate Kid, not that other stuff. That remake was, my daughter was a fan of it, mainly because Justin Bieber was on the soundtrack, I guess. But not a bad movie, but it is never gonna equal up to the original Karate Kid, in my opinion. So, I'm a fan of Cobra Kai. Season 6 about to come out, which will be the final season of Cobra Kai. And Netflix unveiled the full details for the season 6, including there's a 3-part release date, a teaser trailer, and then they put out some first look photos. The 6th and final season of Cobra Kai will be segmented into 3 parts, which will span 15 episodes in total. So they're kind of doing it like, I don't know if you guys watch Stranger Things. Stranger Things did the same thing with their last season. They did it I think they did theirs in 2 parts though. And, which was pretty cool. So the first will premiere on July 18th, 2024. Second part arrives on November 28th, 2024. And the final part is currently slated for an unspecified date in 2025. The official log line reads, picking up with Cobra Kai eliminated from the Valley, our senseis and students must decide if and how they will compete in the Seikei Taikai, the World Championships of Karate. The teaser, which you need to watch that, teaser opens with a suited Daniel LaRusso saying he loves the smell of karate in the afternoon while overlooking his Miyagi-Do karate students. It continues by offering a glimpse at the Cobra Kai dojo before ratcheting up the intensity, teasing a 3-way sparring session between LaRusso, Johnny Lawrence, and Chosen Taguchi. Elsewhere in the brief clip, fights between the students break out at the arcade and a basketball court, leading into the ominous return of John Kreese, who simply says Cobra Kai is back. So I watched it, maybe it was yesterday, and I started watching season 5. Season 5 of Cobra Kai. And, I'm just trying to catch up to get ready because that'll be here before, 2 months? We got 2 months before the first part comes on. So looking forward to Cobra Kai in the next couple of months. I don't know if you guys will. All right. This next piece, you guys know, I've talked about it a couple of times. The Saturday Night Live skit that happened a few weeks back with Kenan Thompson doing a town hall meeting, and Ryan Gosling and Mikey Day ended up taking on the Beavis and Butthead parts, or guys that look like Beavis and Butthead, and it's caught so much fire that Ryan Gosling's new action thriller, the remake of The Fall Guy, it premiered, and Gosling and Mikey Day unexpectedly reprised the characters that walked the film's red carpet on Tuesday night. They crashed an interview with Fall Guy co-star Emily Blunt where they discussed all newfound attention. So, yeah, I have not seen the clip of them crashing it, but I just saw the story. And this has got to be one of the funniest things Saturday Night Live has done in a while. And I'm all for it. I love it. It's awesome. But, yeah, so the Beavis and Butthead gets a second life. And I guess some kids now will probably be checking out Beavis and Butthead. All right. Music news. Foo Fighters launch their 2024 tour. Foo Fighters return to the road with the launch of their 2024 Everything or Nothing at All on May 1st in Dallas. Sold-out show took place at the Dos Equis Pavilion with an estimated 20,000 fans in attendance. Dave Grohl and his bandmates have well-earned reputation for delivering long shows. They certainly were up to the task on this night, rocking through, how long? 24 songs. Good Lord. You got your money's worth out of that. The way ticket prices are going today, they need to do that to make that happen. I mean, make you get your money's worth out of it. They gave an eclectic assortment of songs during a tour opener. The massive hits were well represented as The Pretender, Times Like These, All My Life, and Best of You all got their time to shine. But the band also mixed in deeper cuts like Orlandria and La Di Da. So I'm not real familiar with it. Midway through the show, Grohl paid tribute to late Pantera guitarist Dimebag Darrell. Said, since we're here in Dallas, I'm going to dedicate this one to an old friend who lived around here. His name was Dimebag Darrell. How about that? Let's hear it for Darrell. It's called My Hero. Love that song. The evening ended with the Foo Fighters' customary closer, Everlong. Full set list. Let's see. All right, where's the set list? All right, so bear with me. They opened up with Bridge Burning, No Son of Mine, Rescued, The Pretender, Times Like These, La Di Da, Breakout, Medicine at Midnight, Walk. Then they did a medley, I guess. Sabotage, Blitzkrieg Bop, The Outsider, Whip It, March of the Pigs. Then goes to My Hero, The Sky's a Neighborhood, Learn to Fly, which everybody loves Learn to Fly. Orlandria, These Days, Shame, Shame, All My Life, Nothing at All, The Glass, Monkey Wrench, Aurora, Best of You, The Teacher, and then of course ending with Everlong. So Foo Fighters back on tour. It's getting warm weather, guys. Music outside is great. I want to hang out on my porch, listen to music, and just enjoy it. That's probably something I'll do this weekend as well. All right. Interesting story here that was brought to my attention yesterday by a friend of mine from another podcast, from Brian Colburn from the My Weekly Mixtape. His podcast, which if you haven't checked that out, is doing great. But rapper Osama-san claims he has been sued by Iron Maiden after ripping off a Powerslave era piece of Iron Maiden art for the cover of the deluxe edition of his latest album. And you can't see, I mean, the picture, but this is Eddie from Powerslave, the cover. All it is he is a little green compared to the Iron Maiden cover. And the background is not blue; it's purple. It's a purple and reddish color. Uh, why do you not think you would be? I mean, do you? Are you? Oh, so I don't. I don't even know. Look, I don't keep up with the rap scene anyway. Uh, the artwork for the Rappers Flex Music Deluxe Edition album, which was released in February, as well as the Iron Maiden World Slavery Touring Art Questions side by side. And there's no question there. If this went to court, which I don't think it would be a good idea for him to go to court over it, um, he wouldn't have a leg to stand on here. It's so similar. I mean, he had to have seen that picture and said, huh, I like that. Or somebody saw it and said, I like that. Let's make that happen. Let's just use that. Didn't work out too well for you, buddy. Everything gets seen. You might have got away with it back in the day a little bit, but everything gets seen nowadays. So take it easy on that. All right, moving on to interesting story. And a lot of these stories that I get come from ultimateclassicrock.com. If you want to check out some news there and some interesting articles on there, check them out. ultimateclassicrock.com. And this one was one that caught my eye. It said, did David Lee Roth help write songs for Van Halen's 5150? How much progress had Van Halen made on their seventh studio album for Parting Ways with David Lee Roth in 85, and how much of that work made its way on the 5150? Naturally, it depends on who you ask. Nobody disputes that the band's original lineup had begun writing some songs for the follow-up to 1984 before conflicts and dispute over Roth's 1985 covers EP Crazy from the Heat led to his departure. You guys remember that because he was talking about he did that album, which had California Girls. I forgot what else was on there. It was just a little EP, which I bought the cassette, and I was like, it's pretty cool, but didn't realize how much of a conflict that was for them. So if they had worked on some songs for 5150 with Rob. Can you imagine though? I'm sitting here thinking about the songs. David Lee Roth, I don't see him being able to do Dreams. I really don't. And I think that was, I mean, there may be a handful of songs that I could see him doing on that, but I don't know. Said the band recruited Sammy Hagar, fresh off his own success with I Can't Drive 55, and began working with him. And this 5150 I've said it, and you go back and listen to one of my podcasts about the transition from 1984 to 5150. Myself included, I wonder how, and I mean, I know there's a lot of Van Halen fans out there, but how much of the album sales were sparked by just curiosity to see what it would be like, because you were so used to having David Lee Roth. That was the voice of Van Halen. How much of the album sales were out of curiosity just to see, all right, I got to hear what they sound like. I may not be a fan after this, but I got to hear what they sound like. That was me. Not saying I would, I was saying I wouldn't be a fan, but I was just like, I got to hear what Van Halen sounds like without David Lee Roth singing. And you didn't have streaming back then, so you could just pull it up whenever you want to. So I went to the store, bought it with my money, and I loved 5150. There's not really, maybe one song that I will skip, and not all the time. But Roth countered by a similar new band featured Steve Vai, Billy Sheehan, and Greg Bissonette, releasing the platinum-selling Edelman Smile later that same year. He says his bandmates got a head start on 5150 by using his work. He said, I wrote half of those melodies, half of those vocal moves and everything were already done and on little demo tapes, he told Howard Stern in 1993. And also in his autobiography, Crazy from the Heat, he expands a little bit. He said it had been easier for them to put a new album together because I worked with Edward on half of that album already. They brought in a new single, went right to all those old tapes and started with that as their go point. So it was much easier for them to reconstruct. So he didn't say with which 5150 songs he worked on, but if the Van Halen encyclopedia list, Eat Thy Neighbor, okay, has an unfinished, unreleased original song, one of 3 post 1984 tracks the book says Roth began work on. It also notes there was rumored to be an alternative version of Summer Nights with Roth written lyrics that states that Eddie Van Halen had just begun to write Dreams when I'm just saying, guys, Summer Nights, maybe I can see Roth doing that song. I think his voice would fit it. But Dreams, doesn't fit for me. Maybe it's just because I've heard Sammy do it. It just doesn't fit the David Lee Roth sound to me. I mean, I just don't. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, guys. But let's see. Where's New Music Friday? I'm wondering how this is even happening. Maybe it's an older song that's just getting released now. Country music star Randy Travis has announced he will release a new song today. It's been a while since my last new recording, but I'm excited to share that this Friday, May the 3rd, I'll be releasing my first brand new studio recording in more than a decade. It's called Where That Came From. The post included a brief video showing Travis laughing, working in a music studio, playing a keyboard, and sitting in his wheelchair. Travis suffered a stroke a decade ago and now has speech-limiting aphasia that prevents him from speaking or singing at length. I wonder how he's doing this. I really do. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy about it. I mean, Randy Travis is a country music legend, and it's sad, health reasons have kept that voice silent for a while. But I don't know. I'm wondering how this is. See, that's another thing. I just talked about curiosity. Curiosity will make you check stuff out. Curiosity, what is that? Curiosity killed the cat. But I've got to check that out not just because I'm a Randy Travis. I like Randy Travis, but just to hear how this works. So be sure to check out Randy Travis. Last thing we'll do in music news, Ultimate Classic Rock. And look, I'm a stickler for the lyrics, and there's definitely misheard lyrics that I have. My brother was the world's worst at it. I could write a book on misheard lyrics from him. But Ultimate Classic Rock has done a story on 50 misheard lyrics you may have been singing wrong. Excuse me. So let's start it off. We'll start off the list right here. ABBA, Dancing Queen. Did you think it was Feel the Beat on the Tangerine? I did never sing that. It's Feel the Beat from the Tambourine. I don't remember. All right, AC/DC. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Dirty Deeds and the Thunder Chief or Jeep. It's really, another one is Dirty Deeds and They're Done with Sheep. So Dirty Deeds and the Thunder Chief is what it's supposed to be. And They're Done with Sheep. Really, guys? What are y'all thinking? Help Me Rhonda from the Beach Boys. Well, since you put me down, there's been owls puking in my bed. No, I never thought that. Well, since she put me down, I've been out doing in my head. Owls puking in my bed? Why would you think they would write that lyric? The Beatles, I Want to Hold Your Hand. The bit where the Beatles sing, I Can't Hide, and Why I Want to Hold Your Hand was often confused for I Get High. I've never thought about that. They haven't got one yet for me. So, Bee Gees, More Than a Woman. Take for example, More Than a Woman, in which some listeners have mistakenly thought the title was Bald Headed Woman. What? I'm not buying these why would you write a song called Bald Headed Woman? And it's a kind of a slower song. Paranoid from Black Sabbath. Some have heard the lyric, I tell you to enjoy life, as they think it's, I tell you to end your life. So I guess this probably happened after the whole lawsuit thing he had with Suicide Solution. I tell you to end your life. Bob Dylan, Blowing in the Wind. How can we understand? This is ridiculous here. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind is the right lyric. Some people heard these ants are my friend blowing in the wind. This is silly. Bob Marley, Stir It Up. Some listeners heard Stir It Up, Little Darling, Stir It Up as what they heard, Cereal, Little Darling, Cereal. Are you freaking kidding me? Cereal, Living on a Prayer. Bon Jovi.
Okay, I found this on the
Oh, Siri, shut up. It doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. People thought it doesn't make a difference if we're naked or not. Give me a break. Bryan Adams, Summer 69. I got my first real six string. Some people thought it was I got my first real sex string. This is ridiculous. Bad Moon Rises by Clearwater Revival. There's a bad moon on the rise. Some people said sounds like there's a bathroom on the right. We need to take all these misheard lyrics and make a song out of it. The Clash, Rock the Casbah. Instead of Casbah, some people thought he was saying cash bar. David Bowie, Sound and Vision. They thought Sound and Vision was salmon fishing. Why would you think some of this stuff? Why? Deep Purple, Highway Star. The line that was correct was she stays close on every bend. Some people heard it as she eats coleslaw every day. Unbelievable. Dire Straits, Money for Nothing. Money for Nothing and your chicks for free ends up, I guess they were hungry. Money for Nothing and your chips for free. Hotel California. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, not Cool Whip in my hair. What? ELO, Don't Bring Me Down. Wonder who this Bruce character is. Truth, Bruce. He was, and Jeff Lynne says, when I was singing it, there was a gap in the vocals, so I just shouted out Bruce, not Bruce. That one is a little understandable. Elton John, Tiny Dancer. Hold Me Close, Young Tony Danza. Yeah, Friends, Phoebe. It's supposed to be Hold Me Close, Young Tiny Dancer, Tony Danza. Suspicious Mind from Elvis. Caught in a Trap was, some people heard it as Caught in a Trout. How you get caught in a trout? Final Countdown from Europe. We're heading for Venus. Some people heard it as we're working for peanuts. That's why they're getting out of this place. I guess they're going to Venus. Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams Are Made of This. The way Annie Lennox pronounces this, more people thought it was these. Sweet Dreams Are Made of Cheese is also. That should have been a commercial. Fleetwood Mac, Say You Love Me. She's actually begging you for a little sympathy, not begging you for a little sip of tea. My God. Foo Fighters, Pretenders. What if I say I'm not like the others? One of these things is not like the other. What if I say I'm not like I mean, I could understand that. That's not as silly as some of this other stuff has been. Take Me Down to Paradise City. Guns N' Roses. Two things there. Take Me Down to Paradise City gets mistaken for. Take Me Down to the Very Nice City. And Take Me Down to Prairie Dog City. My God. We built this city from Starship. We built this city on rock and roll is the correct line. Not we built this city on sausage rolls. A lot of people must have been hungry when they were listening to some of this stuff. Jimi Hendrix, Purple Haze. Excuse me while I kiss the sky. Not excuse me while I kiss this guy. Johnny Nash, the legendary I Can See Clearly Now. I Can See Clearly Now. The rain is gone is correct. Not I Can See Clearly Now. The rain has gone. Journey, Open Arms. Somebody thought they were welcoming somebody with broken arms. Give me a break. Rock and Roll All Night from Kiss. It is. I want to rock and roll all night and party every night, day. Not like some people say, I want to rock and roll all night and part of every day. Jeez. Whole Lot of Love from Led Zeppelin. You need cooling, not you need coolant. He's not talking about his car. You need coolant. You need coolant. Crazy. Like a Virgin from Madonna. So take in consideration the name of the song, Like a Virgin. And she says, like a virgin touched for the very first time, which is what happens when you're a virgin. You get touched for the very first time, not touched for the 31st time. Some people have to use common sense. This is a good one right here. Manfred Mann, Blinded by the Light. Revved up like a deuce. Not wrapped up like a douche. I have heard that before. And that is silly, but, I could see why they would put that in a song. I don't know. Enter Sandman from Metallica. Enter Night, Exit Light. Enter Night, Exit Light. You guys this is ridiculous. The Monkees, I'm a Believer. Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. So some people were here. Then I saw her face. Now I'm going to leave her. I guess they thought it was a blind date. And he was like, oh, no. Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. Correct line, with the lights out, it's less dangerous. Here we are now. Entertain us. Some heard, with the lights out, it's Las Vegas. Hear me all now. Entertainers. Or maybe even stranger. Here we are now in containers. You're the One That I Want from Grease, Olivia Newton-John, the late, great Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta. I've Got Chills, they're multiplying. Some people heard, I've got shoes, they're made of plywood. Oh my God. You got to be kidding me. Pearl Jam, Jeremy. Jeremy spoke in class today is correct. Not Jeremy smoking grass today. I tell you, we got to make a song out of this. The Pixies, Monkey Gone to Heaven. Never heard the song. The Monkey's Gone to Heaven is correct. And somebody said the Donkey's Gone to Devon. Why are we talking about donkeys when it's a song about monkeys? The Police, When the World is Running Down, you make the best of what's still around. Lyric is supposed to be, you make the best of what's still around, but many people have mistook it for, you make the best homemade stew around. Wow. I'd like to write a song about somebody's stew. Queen, We Will Rock You. Of course, the correct line is kicking your can all over the place. Not kicking your cat all over the place. Hold on a second. Whoops. Hold on, guys. Okay. All right. So what's next? We get to the end, guys. I promise you. REM, Losing My Religion. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion. That's the correct line. What are people saying? Yeah. Why would they write a song about like this with lyrics like that? Let's pee in the corner. Let's pee in the spotlight, losing my religion. Addicted to Love from Robert Palmer. The correct line was, you know you're going to have to face it. You're addicted to love. Some people heard, you're a dick with a glove. That's what I always say when I want to put somebody down. You're a dick with a glove. That glove makes it even worse. Rolling Stones, Beast of Burden. I'll never be your beast of burden. Correct line. Some people thought, I'll never leave your pizza burning. There's a lot of food references here, but Tom Sawyer from Rush. Modern Day Warrior was mistaken for Monday Warrior. I mean, that's not silly, but why would it just be Monday Warrior? Steve Miller. I've heard this before. Steve Miller Band, Big Old Jet Airliner. Of course, Big Old Jet Airliner has been confused for Big Old Jed had a light on. Okay. Jed's got some lights. Stevie Nicks, Edge of 17. The White Winged Dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing, but when a lot of people heard One Winged Dove. All those one winged doves out there flying around. Stone Temple Pilots, Creep. Let's see. I think I'll start a fire. Some listen to her. Bobby's got a gun for Barbie's got a gun. What? Bobby's got a gun to Barbie's got a gun. Okay. Who we got next? Africa from Toto. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I've heard this before. There's nothing that 100 men from Mars could ever do. Wow. Mars. What? All right, we're getting in the home stretch now. The last two guys. Mysterious Ways from U2. She moves in mysterious ways for Shamu the mysterious whale. Oh my God. It's the title of this freaking song, guys. And you think it's Shamu the mysterious whale? Panama. The title of it is Panama. And some people are singing as Animal. Why? Why would you do that? Oh my Lord. So yeah, that's 50 misheard lyrics. I don't know if you guys ever do it. I'd heard a few of them, but some of them were so silly. The food references, that just the silliness about peeing in a corner, peeing in a spotlight. Come on, guys, you got to be better than that. But all right, guys, look, if you could please on the two podcasts we have, The Final Score, which is the sports podcast we do with myself, Matthew Bazemore, Eric Sawyer. You can find that anywhere where you check out your podcast. Give us a 5-star review. It doesn't cost you anything. All you have to do is write something nice and give us 5 stars. That's all you got to do. It takes you like 2 minutes. Or give us a subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then on the fly, that also includes the Triple Threat Main Event, which is our Sidecast Wrestling podcast with Jack Pinocchio, the Hitman from Down Under. If you would give us on the fly a 5-star review wherever you listen to your podcast at, we have things coming up that we're going to do. But guys, just give us that 5-star review and subscribe to our YouTube channel there. Check us out on TikTok. You see the links there. We've got some stuff coming. Two episodes on the fly coming this week. We did not do a final score this week. I've had a busy week, and we couldn't get my schedule together with Eric and Matthews. But we will be back next week with hopefully a special guest. And so you guys be sure to check us out. Give us a listen. Give us a follow. Give us a 5-star review on both of those podcasts. And make sure you tune in. We'll have a lot more Monday morning drives. Whatever morning I'm off, you're going to have a drive. maybe tomorrow will be Saturday morning relaxation, but we'll do that tomorrow. If I do one tomorrow, it's going to be a special themed episode. So be ready for that, guys. And anybody that knows what tomorrow is will know what I'm talking about. Anyway, guys, have a great Friday. Like I said, I've got my daughter's graduation tonight, college graduation, like her 2 year. She's getting her 2 year degree. Very proud of her. Go Mallory. I love you, baby. And I'm so, so proud of you. You have been the best daughter anybody could ever ask for. So, guys, have a great Friday, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow on the fly, the final score, the triple threat main event.